Yo, what's up? This is Jameson with Kozmo King TCG, here to do an updated Zombie World OTK deck profile. Meant to do this a while back after the ban list had come out, but was focusing a lot on the Kozmo builds, which have as my more recent videos the post-Kozmo ban list, updated True Draco Kozmo, and then my top 8 UDS qualifier with True Draco Kozmo, an updated version from my update. But without further ado, let's jump right into the Zombie World OTK deck profile. Start out, we of course have one of the best starter in the deck, triple Shiranui Solitaire. Basically lets you turbo out into your Unizombie very easily. Next up, of course, we have the triple Unizombie. Just that ability to pitch one of the zombies from hand, or being able to send one of them from deck to grave to get your graveyard resources going, or to get off other effects depending on how your hand is. Like if you open the Zombie World, bring out the Solitaire, tag out that guy, get rid of Glow Bloom from the deck or the hand, and then bam, the Doom King's on board. Alright, next up, we'll play triple Mizuki. I like running triple Mizuki because you can constantly reuse them over and over and over again if you have cards to bring it back. And this can bring out some pretty powerful or game-changing cards depending on your game state at the time and how things are going. Next up, we play 2 Glow Bloom. Glow Bloom's really good. If you get it at the start with Zombie World, you can always link it off to be able to get the Link Karibo and Doom King on board, just to be able to have those negates. Because Doom King, as long as I have Doom King on board, it's not gonna be that hard of a game usually. Next up, I of course play the double Necro World Banshee. I do not run terraformings just because this is a lot quicker and it's a lot easier to get through it. It makes it to where I have to run less spells, more zombie names. And of course, the king himself for the deck, double Doom King Balderoche. I like him. I like him at 2. 3 is too cloggy. But basically having him out with Vampire Sucker is basically just free banishes just right there, because as long as it's your opponent's turn and they have something out, you just have that, bring back, effect, draw, chain, banish. And you just get that draw source and that banish. Next up, I play 2 Vampire Froline. This card's really broken in battle phase. Just pay 2,000 life points, get that monster that boost in damage calculation, and you're good. Especially if that monster is a Boral Sword or something like that. It's too good. Next up, I play 1 Gozuki now. 2, I kept gets very cloggy. And like I said in one of my last videos, I was going to take it out to make room for another bell. This card's still really good. I'm going to test some more, see if I want to keep it at 1 or just push it back up to 2. Next up, play the 1 Shiranui Spirit Master. This is the one where it gets, if it gets banished, it destroys a face-up card on your opponent's side of the field, which is really good in tandem with one of the trap cards we run later down the line. Next up, we play the 1 Goblin Zombie. Goblin Zombie is really good because if you can recur him on board and link off with him, he's a free search. So depending on how your game's going. You just bring this out, tag out, or link out with it, or synchro with it, and get your search. Next up, of course, I play the one Zombie Master. This card's really good going later down the line because you can dump something you don't need, like say another Glow Up Bloom to grab like the Goblin Zombie. Goblin Zombie comes out, Glow Up Bloom goes off. This one monster turns into two, bringing two out instead of just one. And next up are the hand traps. Which of course we play Triple Ash Blossom. Just really good versatile hand trap. This is one of the decks that I do like to run at a 3-out, especially since it is a zombie and a tuner, so it just adds to the link summoning shenanigans, or the synchro summoning shenanigans you can do, because Ash and Bell make it very easy for me to make these 7s if like I'm pushing. And of course, since I mentioned her, I do run 2 Ghost Spell in the deck just to get rid of those graveyard negates and to stop Called by the Graves when they try to stop my plays. And last hand trap, I play 2 Effect Veiler. Just because it can interrupt that chain. And it's nice to negate your opponent's card effects. I don't know what else to really put it at. Effect Veiler is pretty self-explanatory at this point. It's been a long time. If you don't know what Effect Veiler does, just like get good. Next up, into the spells, I of course run the triple Zombie World. Makes all monsters zombies on the field and the graveyard. Just makes things broken. Some of the other monsters, it just helps reoccur more of the resources to steal the monsters that they destroy, or any monster in the graveyard at that. Next up, of course, we do play Triple Called by the Grave, because your normal summon is probably one of the most important parts of this fucking deck. So if you get hit, turns over, and better hope you don't get OTK'd or anything the next turn. So you gotta run 3, especially since we can run it at 3 now. Next up, I run Double Instant Fusion. This is basically some of my extenders for climbing up the link ladder to get the like Boros Sword or other shenanigans that I need to push further for game for my resource. To gain more resources to push for the OTK. I don't know why that was so hard. Next up, I of course play the 1/1-for-1. Glow Up Bloom is needed, and so we play the 1-for-1 to get zombie monsters from hand to the grave, except you have Mizuki in hand. Ditch that Mizuki, and get the Glow Up Bloom, and you're good. And next up, of course, play the 1 Foolish Burial. Could help turbo out getting into Doom King, Zombie World, or Mizukis to get your Reborns. The 1 Monster Born to just bring monsters back. And just push for games, steal your opponent's link monsters, steal basically anything you want to try to push for games. Or just to save yourself, one of the two. And I played the 1 Call of the Mummy, because if you open this in 2 zombie monsters, it's like it's just 2 monsters. Special summon 1 from hand, the normal summon, you're good. And then last up, I play double Shiranui style Swallow Slash. This is where the Spirit Master really comes in handy, because say there's three cards, you do your shenanigans with this, pop your 2, and then you have to banish a Shiranui monster from your deck. So you just be like, oh, good bye Spirit Master, and get a 3rd pop. So instead of it being destroy 2, it turns into destroy 3. Onto the extra deck. We course run the double Vampire Sucker. This card's really, really good. If you have to tribute summon, you can use your opponent's monsters for tribute. Follow a zombie monster, special summon from the graveyard. You draw a card. You can special summon a monster from your opponent's graveyard to make this go off more, which don't think I've ever done except for in playing against BAs so they couldn't bring something else back out, but that's neither here nor there. And of course I play the one Link Karibo for the Glow Up Bloom play. It's really the only thing in the deck it's useful for. And of course for the Nightmares I run the Cerberus for monster control, spell and trap control, and just control with the unicorn, because you just spin shit back. Of course we play the one summon sorceress since pretty much everything in here is zombie. Well, yeah, every monster except Effect Veiler in the deck is zombie. And it's just free summons, help you get up into bigger and better things. Most of the time it's not a 4 because we can't make Firewall Dragon anymore. I mean, you could make Gumbler, but that's all on you. I wouldn't suggest trying to go for Gumbler just because a lot of times some of the stuff in your hand is to save you for the next turn. And we don't have like the blade like the Warriors do, so I really wouldn't do that. So I only play the one Boral Sword as my Link 4 because it's very easy just to bring this motherfucker out and just push for the OTK. On to the Synchros, I play the one Shogun Saga to get that banish off from to gain more attack. So you have a bigger beater on board. The one Cyframe Lord Omega to go first and steal that card. And also can help you reoccur your Mizukis by returning him back to grave to just making the graveyard even more live again. And for 7s, I play the one Ghost Rare Black Rose Dragon. I don't know why I said Ghost Rare, but just so you can, if you can't tell, it is a Black Rose. Just for board clearing, pretty much. It's just if you get no bind, just be like, oh, okay. Black Rose. And the last 7s I played the one zombie Necro Dragon. Gains 100 for every zombie. Field and grave on both sides. Field, and when it destroys a monster by battle, you can special summon from either graveyard on your field. So it's just another big beater you can get. Next up, I'll play the FA Dawn Dragster just because it's an easy level 7 synchro monster to bring out, and it's just it's free negates. Spell and trap, just like nope. Spell or trap, or the effect of a spell or trap is reduced by 2 negate. Next up for our fusions and fusion targets, I do play the one Thousand Eyes Restrict, just to be able to steal an opponent's monster and link this off into something else, or just end turn and get rid of it. Or well, a lot of times this is also the only other thing that Link Karibo is really good for, is you just link off the Thousand Eyes and do a Link Karibo. And last but not least, I play the Reaper of the Nightmare as my other zombie, or as my other instant fusion target. I run him over the Theseus just because he's not a tuner, and this plus any level 3 is a level 8. And it's a zombie. That's another reason why I did it, because if you already got locked out and you needed to be able to do it, you just bring this guy out and it's a zombie. Well, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below for future content. Thank you guys for your support. I will catch you guys later.